Reporting live from Ibis Club, Fight Plus News, I'm John Abba. The case in Nolan Wells looks to be one of the most interesting cases in recent years. A black teen in Mississippi goes missing after being left on an island by his friends, who happen to be a mainly all-white group, and is found washed ashore 2 days later. At the start of this case, local authorities to some spoke too soon by suggesting that no foul play appeared to be suspected, and then later reassured Wells' family and those interested in the case that it will be handled like any other case. Now, from our point of view, that could be the error, because Nolan Wells' mysterious death is not like any other case. On Tuesday, in the aftermath of a new piece of background audio being highlighted, a part of an emergency CTO call, many who not only fear what happened to Nolan could happen to them, and those who want answers would question and begin turning up the accusations against Nolan's friends who he traveled to Horn Island with. Now, in the audio release, interpreters would suggest that they heard things like, "Is he dead?" the name Nolan, "Wake up," and of course, one that has captured many people's attention, "Damn it, Bart."
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. Hey, up! Shut the fuck up!
Depending on how you interpret the audio, it can be heard as the final moments to a crime, where one of his friends yells at another friend for taking a life, while others suggest to cover it up. If you do interpret it this way, it could answer how Wells could just end up disappearing out of thin air. Now, a part of this interpretation, Wells' former teammate Bart Edmondson would be called out due to him seemingly being the person to angrily shout out, "Shut the F up," after panic would take over the boat, making it appear as if he had just finished doing something to Wells, in which you would also hear female passengers not being able to contain their emotions with what they were witnessing, as some are suggesting that they heard Nolan. On Wednesday, as more and more people accuse Edmondson as being a possible suspect, it appears that he and his family are now responding with their own attorney, conservative commentator Russ Latino, based in Mississippi. On Wednesday morning, Latino would announce that he is now joining the Edmondson family to clear Bart's name and go after anyone making defamatory statements. On Facebook, he would go on to write, "I have been retained by the family of Bart Edmondson to pursue people defaming him with wholly fabricated assertions of fact that are putting Bart, his family, and friends in harm's way. The family will put out a formal statement later today and announce the initiation of his first defamation lawsuit." Bart received a credible death threat yesterday because of some of that made-up speculation on this and other sites. The FBI, state, and local law enforcement have all been activated. But I wanted to share a few things for people who think it's a game to invent lies that could get other people killed. We have hired a private investigator firm to identify and track individuals engaged in defamation against the Edmondsons. If you are young, naive, or lack the resources to pay a civil judgment, will not clear us from filing a lawsuit against you. This is not about money for my clients. They want to protect their family, and they want to curb people who lie recklessly. If you make up something out of thin air or share something you don't know to be true, adding the word allegedly or saying people are reporting will not save you from a defamation lawsuit. We will address the falsehoods being presented methodically, but now is not the time for that. Now is the time to make very clear that we intend to be unrelenting against people who are lying online for clicks and likes. The Edmondsons and the broader Ocean Springs community grieve for the loss of Nolan Wells. They want the truth and peace for Nolan's family. People making things up online that put others at risk are not honoring Nolan's life or loss. They're not bringing us closer to the truth, but pulling us away. This will be a large, potentially nationwide task. If you're a lawyer who believes that the rule of law, the presumption of innocence, and our very commitment to truth is in jeopardy and want to do something about it, please reach out to me privately. Now, before Latino would release his statement, Bart's own mother on Tuesday would break her own silence after her son was accused of wrongdoings related to the case of Nolan Wells. While responding to a user on Facebook, she would clarify a previous comment that Bart looks to have made about the last time he was in a certain part of Mississippi, causing some to accuse him of lying. His mother would go on to say, "You are steering the pot by reposting things that are not factual, and you have manipulated words. He said he has not been in past Christian Mississippi in a year. which is where that picture was taken. He was clarifying that he was not present there. He never said he was not in Mississippi. I have a screenshot of it if you need me to send that to you. He is playing football out of state and was only home, Ocean Springs, for a few days in July, and was on the boat that towed the boat that Nolan declined going on because he wanted to stay behind. The audio that you were referring to is not as you guys see. They were panicking and creating a plan to get the boat saved from sinking. The newest news has been reported that Nolan was seen on the island after the two boats left, and there are pictures from my son's boat of the boat about to be towed, and clearly Nolan is not on the boat. So for all of you internet investigators, your plot to accuse my child of something is not warranted, and it will come out sooner than later that he did not harm Nolan. And believe me, those who slander his name without warranted will be held accountable for their words. At the top of this report, I wanted to highlight that this case is not usual, and therefore approaching it like a usual case may not be the best thing for all of those connected, especially those who may be innocent, given the highly emotional subject matter, as people who look like Wells desire peace of mind and knowing that they can't just be mysteriously found unalive and no one can give a clear explanation to what happened. On Tuesday, as a way to challenge myself again of what I heard on the audio and without the influence of a transcript, I also heard another possibility. What if instead of hearing "is he dead," it was "it's dead," referring to the bilge pump, and the one that left everyone shocked, what if Nolan was actually "no way," as Panic said on the boat?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
Now, if this is the case, there are still other questions, like Wyatt Pyron's grandfather appearing to call the Sea Tow captain directly to cancel help, as Wyatt was on the phone to get help. Questionable things about that call still stands out for some.
Sea Tow Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
So again, as a full presentation of all the facts continues to be withheld from the public by those in position to give it, people will continue interpreting how they see it, whether it be for their own safety and curiosity. Speculation grows where transparency lacks to exist. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Now that we know that Bart and his family have responded with a lawyer, I think the lack of day-by-day updates from officials was the best thing to do regarding the case. Reporting live from Hypers Club, Fight Plus News, I'm John Abba.